So I've eaten like almost the entire package of pumpkin spice oatmeal cream pies.
Didn't you just open those up this morning?
No. I opened them earlier this week.
Oh, okay.
This week just started. Or wait, when's your week start? I should ask.
Monday's the first.
Yeah,
day
mine starts on a Monday.
Okay.
I bought them, I think, last Saturday.
That's not bad at all.
No. There's like 2 left. Yeah, still like 3.5 out of 5. They changed the cookie and it like ruined it for me. I don't know. Is it? No, I don't think it is.
No,
What? No, you know what? I think a lot of the time, Joe, that sometimes I just need comforts in life. And one of them is just like an oatmeal cream pie, but I can also be the most basic white bitch and then also enjoy a little pumpkin spice inside without changing the damn cookie, Joe. I don't ask for a lot in this world. I just want an oatmeal cream pie that just tastes a little bit like fall.
Chuck just wanted a cream pie that tasted a little bit like fall, okay?
Well, they've got those pumpkin cookies with like the pumpkin jack-o'-lantern faces with the fillings. I can't remember what it's called.
Those are worse, Joe. That's
those are worse.
Cookie.
Those are good.
Arguably, those are terrible.
Honestly, Joe telling me that's his like tasting cookie.
Oh, look, hold on. No,
explains a lot.
Listen. You should not trust my brain at the moment. I'm on recording 4 of possibly 5 today. Okay, so
wait, you're recording one after this too?
I said possibly.
Are you insane?
I might have to push that one until tomorrow. But
good call.
So couldn't you just like scoop out the insides of an oatmeal cream pie and then get like the pumpkin spice from the store and just make it yourself?
Chuck is a chef. Yes, he could do that.
Simon, I need you to learn something real quick. I don't do anything more than what is like the most basic minimal. If it's not pre-made for me, I'm not fucking touching it outside of work. So
I can't blame you for that.
Yeah,
that's not true. Did you make your chili today?
Oh, I did make my chili today. It wasn't terrible. Do you know what I did while I made my chili?
What did you do while you made the chili?
I watched this movie, Brothers, Sisters, Gender Resistors. Welcome to another episode of the Comic Book Rundown presents Rundown Reviews. I, of course, the man that did this introduction. I am Chuck, and what's this, twofer? Is it 2 for 2? Back-to-back weeks of guests?
Yeah.
We have
that in a while.
We have the fruit of Ron's loins with us today.
That sounds so raunchy. I mean, I know it's true, but
the genetics have been leaked from Ron and produced a human being. Oh, okay.
In the world, no, the world is better as a result. All right, I'm second generation. I'm the improvement.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, worst comedy in looks and charisma and pretty much everything else, but I'm really good at video games.
Well, you have to dilute it a little bit to make it more passable. Otherwise, we can't have more than one Ron ever existing at one time. It's like Highlander. Like they have to eliminate them all.
That's 2 Highlander, references in 2 weeks.
Well, that's because Clancy Brown was in the last movie.
That's true. That's very true.
And arguably, I think Highlander might be his biggest role.
No,
they also are doing another Highlander movie. They recast.
That's what I heard
with Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
really?
I'm sure he's gonna go in there and fucking complain that it's not like whatever fucking book he read one time.
Is Henry Cavill gonna be the Sean Connery of this movie?
I don't remember.
Or is he gonna be the Christopher Lambert of the movie?
The Christopher Lambert.
Or is he going to be the Clancy Brown of the movie? Because that would be kind of awesome. I would like to see Henry Cavill.
Which one was Clancy Brown? Was he the bad guy?
The bad guy, I thought. Yeah. Okay.
That is played by Dave Bautista.
Batista?
Ooh. Yeah, Dave Bautista.
But Bautista's so old now.
Yeah, it works.
He's
Batista, also unbelievably small. He lost a lot of muscle mass.
Almost like he wasn't bodybuilding every day to throw other men in spandex.
Yeah,
around.
it wasn't like he was being natty as hell for sure. Definitely not taking steroids on a regular basis.
No, that's fine.
I love listening to this conversation because I get engaging enough that I'm paying attention and chuckling along, but I'm so out of the loop I only recognize like one actor's name.
Dave Bautista is the green dude from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I see.
Drax? No, Drax? What the fuck
Drax.
is his name, Joey?
Drax.
It's Drax.
Yeah, okay.
He shares a name with a drill from Terraria. That's how I remember it.
So for you two, Terraria is a side-scrolling game that has similarities to Minecraft, but it's not the same as Minecraft.
Okay.
That's the most respect that is ever given to Terraria, so I'll take it.
Terraria, Simon. It's called Terraria.
Anyway, we so for this week,
we
watched
Shaun
Ron's
of the
choice
Ron's
Yeah.
birthday choice. Happy birthday, Ron.
Well, thank you.
of the Dead.
2 days from now, I think, will be my
Yep,
birthday.
2 days from now.
Yeah,
Dang, that's nice. Love that for you, buddy. How old are you gonna be?
I'll be 41.
God damn, you're looking
Fuck
good.
you, Simon.
Realistically speaking, you are middle aged, and if at middle aged I looked like Ron, which is not that far away, fuck it, I'll take that as a win. If I even am half as handsome as Ron
The minute
at
his
41,
sorry.
I'll take it.
The minute his family don't live that long. He was middle aged like 15 years ago.
See, okay, but I think I actually might have a go around for that because my grandpa was the youngest son and my dad was the youngest son. So it looks like Levi's gonna be the one taking the dive for this one, buddy.
Well, I'm not going to comment on that.
Hint, buddy.
Oh shit. So Shaun of the Dead. All right. So I love this movie. This is probably one of the greatest movies that ever came out of that weird island over there that takes over everything. England. There you go.
Oh.
Japan's never succeeded in taking over anything, have they?
I mean, they did a lot of damage in Asia. Like a lot.
Anyway.
that lizard.
But also,
Yeah.
It's true. It is true.
and we did get that in the United States once, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That
didn't really
sounds
take
about
over
right.
though.
And it was a
It was
travesty.
probably in like New York or California or one of the other three places that big things happen in movies.
No, it was New York.
There's
Yep.
New
Yeah,
York.
that sounds right.
Always New York.
Because that was what, 99 or 2000 that one came out?
99.
2000?
Did they have Godzilla attack the Twin Towers in 2000?
No.
No, he wrapped himself around the Empire State Building, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That was like a pretty iconic shot for them. But yeah, we watched Shaun of the Dead. So history for everybody. How many times have you guys seen this?
Lots.
I wasn't
A whole
born
lot.
then.
Yeah.
It's been a few times. I actually haven't seen this in a while. But I do believe I saw this in theaters. I think I saw this when it came out in theaters.
Okay.
I've seen it a lot. I don't know, because my parents watched it a lot.
I would say this is a movie I watch regularly. So, yeah. Even growing up, Simon probably saw it a lot.
Yeah, the scene where Ed. The scene where Ed gets like torn apart by the freaking zombies traumatized me as a kid. I walked downstairs to like use the bathroom when I was like 7. That was on the screen. I walked back upstairs and peed the bed. That was actually true.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Awesome. Kids are the best.
Also, that Godzilla movie came out in 1998.
Oh,
Okay.
shit, I was way off.
Yeah.
I was like in 3rd grade because that was like a big deal in 3rd grade. We all had like Trapper Keepers that were like and folders that were Godzilla themed. So that would make sense.
But anyway, sorry, just not to derail too much.
Yeah.
He
So
says,
Joey, you said it's been a minute.
Yeah, I want to say the last time I watched this was, I mean, it's probably been, I mean, definitely before COVID. So at least 5 years. At least 5 years. Probably maybe even 10. I guess it's been a while since I've seen this movie.
Okay. So this is usually a regular Halloween watch for me. This is definitely on my like list for the 30 days, even though I've seen it a million times. I try to watch things I haven't seen. But this is definitely like this and Trick or Treat are like 2 go-tos during the Halloween season for me.
I don't even wait till Halloween.
I just do it because I'm gonna watch a bunch of. You know what it is? It breaks up the like. I've watched too much stuff that's like creeped me out to the point where like I need like a palate cleanser, but I still want to
you wanna
stay
laugh.
on like theme. You know what I mean? Yeah, I want to stay like on Halloween theme. So it's a
Have you
go-to. That and like Hubie Halloween is
Have
like
you
a
ever
go-to.
seen?
Love Hubie
Have you ever
Halloween.
seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
Yeah,
Love
very
Tucker and Dale
good.
versus Evil.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
That's a good. That's a good palate cleanser too. But prior to that, so the first time I ever saw this was in the basement of a youth group. They were doing a whole like Halloween themed party where we were watching movies, and we watched the original Night of the Living Dead, and then for some reason we watched this. There
That
was
makes
like,
sense. Shaun of the Dead, Night of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead.
yeah, it was just
Shaun of the
it
Dead.
was strange.
So I never put it together until this watch when Ed does the "We're coming to get you, Barbara."
Oh, can I get your Barbara? Is a reference? Dude, there are so many references.
There really is, and I love it.
Oh.
'Cause, again, it's been a long time since I've seen this movie. And
Well, that's the thing I love about this. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Simon.
That's the thing I really love about this movie is that like it feels like everything's like a reference to like. 'Cause I was watching with Dad, and Dad kept pointing stuff out. I was just laughing because it's displayed funnily. Like I didn't know it was a reference to something.
Well, and not just references, but they will have a joke at the beginning, and then they will reference it back at the end of the movie in like perfect sync. Like the whole when they're playing the video game, and he's like, top left, reload, nice shot. And then in the bar, he does the same exact thing.
Yes.
It's like he's like because they're trying to give him directions of where to shoot. And she's like, "Oh, 245 or whatever," and he's like, "Make it
Give me
simple."
something I know. Yeah, make it simple.
Yeah, top left.
Boom.
This
Reload.
movie does what I love the best as like a way to write a movie, which is sprinkling what's going to happen throughout the movie, hidden in things that happen at the beginning towards the end. So like,
and that's a perfect Edgar Wright film. Like that's what he does. Look at Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is really good in that way. I think that specifically these guys, this is the best version that they do of it. I don't think Hot Fuzz and is it End of the World?
End of the World.
World's End.
Oh, World's End? Really?
Yeah, it's
World's End. At World's End.
Because World's End is the name of the pub.
It's the pub, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they do it as well in those two as they do in this one.
Correct.
See, I like Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz still does really well, but the World's End is falls off a bit.
Yeah, those two are fun, but like Shaun of the Dead was just because this is my introduction to Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, thank you. Like, and just those characters. Man, when I'm watching all the actors here, I'm seeing a bunch of people that I recognize now because I've seen them in so many other things.
Like Bilbo Baggins?
Yeah.
Well,
the scene where they walk by each other and it's like for this one-off joke they have like 9 famous actors.
Exactly. Yes.
Right by.
It's just like I know you. Like it was just what the hell? That's awesome.
Well, and I also love in that scene that Simon was talking about how each person like is as a similarity to the person for each group. Like this is what you have to have as a group of survivors.
But the biggest thing is though is that these are all their friends because this whole group of friends are from the Simon Pegg's show, which I can't remember what the show is called.
Spacers or something like that. Or Spree. It wasn't
talking
that,
about
right?
where his name is like his name's like Mr. Twat or something, and he's like it's Twait.
Is that what it was like in the office or something? It wasn't the office, but it was like in the office building. I thought.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I saw a movie that was like they were in a hotel.
Simon.
No, they had a show and it was called like Spacers or like it wasn't called Hackers, I don't think, but it was something like that.
Space.
Because
Space. That's called Space.
Space, yeah.
And it had literally all of these people, all these like actors in it. So that's where like that's how they all know each other. So that was they went from that to this and then went from this into obviously other
they had a couple other ones like they had Run Fat Boy Run and they had there was like another one that was like more of a romantic a comedy that I don't even think I went and saw, but yeah, I don't know. I like this is like this, but this is the best version that they do of this.
Yeah.
And it's the little things that they hide, right? Like the opening credits, everybody that's in it turns into a zombie and is essentially played out throughout the movie in the same way.
Right, but they also so his scene for walking from the house to the gas station and then back happens almost piece for piece after the zombie apocalypse happens, and it's beautiful, and it's wonderful. It's wonderfully shot, and I love it.
It's wonderfully shot, and also the best thing that they do about this, nothing in this movie happens without having a reason to happen.
Yes.
That whole scene exists because it's showing how showing
oblivious
that
he is to the world.
Shaun is oblivious to everything
Which is
that's going on around
hilarious,
him.
though, because in the very beginning, like before the second day, like when the zombies are actually everywhere, he was noticing everything. Like he noticed the guy
grabbing the
pigeon. He noticed like the ambulance or the army driving around. Like he noticed everything. But then the next day, because the next day it was Liz had already broken up with him, and like he's wallowing in self-pity or whatever. Like he became oblivious to everything.
But little things happen in it that are like an indication of like him trying to be a better person. Like he gets a Diet Coke instead of a regular Coke.
Yes, exactly.
He got a different. He got like a different ice cream.
Didn't notice the blood on the door.
Yeah.
To be fair, he was never actually looking at the door. If you watch it.
And he does that in the first scene too. In the first scene, he does not look at the door. He just opens it. He grabs the drink. He looks at it. He turns the other way, shuts the door, and then walks back up to the front. And he does the same thing in the other one. So they establish that, which is why he doesn't notice the handprint on the glass. But he does slip in the blood on the floor, which is pretty funny.
Yeah. And even like little things like the guy who asks him for money the first time. And he gives it to him, and this time he doesn't have the money, and he just and he's like, God, I didn't even have it to pay for my drink, man. Like little things like that. But he's a zombie this time, Even like things pay off later. Like he gets kicked by the soccer ball again, but this time it was because the kid was a zombie attacking him. Little things like that I thought was very funny. There's also another spot where they do an interesting thing. And that is after the breakup when they're at the Winchester and Ed is like, we're going to get like this drink and this drink and this drink and this drink. Every drink is the next several scenes. So like, he's like, we're going to get a Bloody Mary, the girl Mary that's in the garden. They have to kill her. It's like every person that they have to kill. Later on in the movie.
That. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of my favorite. Like King's Cap, that's them having to kill Phil. And then we come back for a few shots at the Winchester, which is them having to shoot the gun at the Winchester. Yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay.
That's one of my favorite like little like foreshadowings in this movie that they did.
That's
like I say, everything happens for a reason. It is either to progress the story or to tell a joke 4 scenes from now, and it is phenomenal.
And it's brilliant. Well, even just like the dialect, or the dialogue, where like when he's talking to Liz, and he's like, "Well, you did say that David was a twat and Diane was a failed actress," and he goes, "I did not say Diane was a failed actress."
I also love that they're talking about their friends, about Ed and Diane and David, and they're right there.
And like the beginning of the movie, like one of the other things they do really well in this is like piece together what two people are saying, and make at the beginning of the movie, like she's like, it'd be nice if we could, and then Ed's over at the machine, he's like, fuck, and then she's like, have a night to ourselves, or like when they do the clips from the TV where it's like the different shows, the different programs, but it says exactly what was going on at that point in time, there's panic in the streets of London, and then it keeps popping through and popping through. It's just so much well done stuff going into that.
Speaking of the TV, when he's at his job,
Ash is under the weather today.
Well, oh, nice. I didn't even think about that one. But no, like what exactly is he selling? Is he trying to sell the TV or is he trying to sell cable?
Both, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So over there in England specifically, it is not like how we have it here where we have large cable companies like a Spectrum and then like a DirecTV
Sure.
and stuff like that. You would actually get it when you purchased your TV. You would buy the bundle plans from them,
Oh,
much like how they kind of sell, like you buy your phone and then you would get your plan in the process.
oh,
Yeah, it's the
smart.
same concept.
Nice. I did not understand. I did not realize that. That's great. That's awesome. Second question though, why did the remote change the channel on every single TV?
Usually that's the way they have them set up.
They're all plugged into the same box. They use a
Walmart used
splitter.
to do that too.
Yeah,
really?
they have a
I used
splitter.
to-
Yeah.
I remember when I was like 11, and they were in the electric section. I would like wander over and just stare at the Walmart TVs until the parents came and got me. It was never anything interesting. I just didn't like walking around stores.
Well, that's
fair.
because see, they used to have interesting things on there, and then some dumbass Karen piece of shit complained about them playing Lord of the Rings because of the part where the orc gets decapitated at the end after Boromir dies. And they said it was too violent and they shouldn't be playing things like that on the TVs. So then we just got bullshit on the Walmart TVs after that. But there's also another callback when Shaun and Ed are talking, and or Shaun, Ed, and what's the roommate's name? Pete. Are talking, and he's like, "Why don't you just go live in the shed?" to Ed because he's such a slob, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then where does he end up living at the end of the movie? In the shed.
The shed.
Love
it. That's great.
Also, there's even a reference to another one of their movies in this, although that movie hadn't happened yet. Because when they're drinking, I mean, it's also a reference to the zombie apocalypse, but he's like, it's not the end of the world, you know, when he was talking about losing Liz.
Not yet. But yeah.
It's on random also makes a second appearance because the first time it starts playing, you know, like a sad song about being broken up.
That was
and then
great.
the second time it starts, you know, playing Queen. Yeah.
Little things like when he's like, he tells David to kill the Queen. He's like, what? Like that is such a British joke. That is it's so good. Oh yeah, this movie's
this
so
is
good.
a great.
So
This
well
is a
written.
great movie.
It's so wonderful. Oh, the You Got Red on You.
I
I
watched
say
that.
that regularly. I say that
did.
regularly.
I
Same.
did catch that. They said that one 4 times.
Yeah.
So anything over 4 is when I start keeping track of it.
Yep.
As noted in last movie.
One of my favorite like running bits that they do is they figure out that they can throw a record, which is the second record he ever bought, and it did damage.
I ever bought.
So then they go and they're like, oh, let's just do this as a weapon, and they're like searching through it, but he's like, no, Ed, like some of these are original and the first one he picks up and throws is like an original pressing, and he misses. I love that they continually miss with it, but they're still trying and sorting through it.
What really got me is they go and grab a bunch of things to throw at them, and the first thing they grab are a crap ton of silverware. But they don't throw the silverware.
Yeah. Well,
they never throw
that.
Maybe they just decided it was a better idea not to put that part in.
Well, the first like 4 things they throw or whatever were so non-lethal. I was like laughing at that, and I was like, I never realized how ineffective. And then they throw a toaster, and I was like, I probably would have started with that.
Well, that looked like that was the first thing they grabbed when they threw it in the basket, but
yeah,
it's the last thing that they threw.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're also terrible throws. They're terrible shots. They're
just like normal people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
they aren't like every
shot's
a headshot. Like that was one of the things that irritated me the most about watching The Walking Dead. The first season of Walking Dead, everybody is an expert marksman. No matter who is shooting a gun, every shot is a headshot.
Well, yeah, that's what I have to remember though. We're following Rick Grimes, who is a cop, so he has
and cops are good shots.
And well,
first off, only half of those zombies were black, so he would have only hit half of them.
Secondly, when he wakes up, it's been like 6 or 7 months, so theoretically,
which means he would have been atrophied. He wouldn't have been able to hold a gun, let alone shoot a gun.
theoretically, yes, but the other people would have maybe had training by that point in time.
Yeah.
You don't have enough
Well-
ammo to be training. Don't give me that bullshit.
So,
They-
well,
the
one
cops.
thing
So good.
I never
Anyway.
watched The Walking Dead, but like depending on how close
not
you
missing much.
are. Yeah, I mean, well, I watched a bit of it. I watched it while someone else was watching it, so whenever I was in the room, I was seeing it. And what I didn't like is that the walkers are not threatening, but they were always treated it like a threat. And so the people were like, "We gotta kill each other and be evil in order to survive." And the walker is like, like not like yo, you have to kill people to survive that. You have to.
Well, they're fine when when it's like one or two people, one or two of them, but when they're in the big group, that's when it became a problem.
Yeah,
Right.
unless you're watching the like 1970 whatever version of Dawn of the Dead, where then it doesn't make any sense why all of a sudden non-threatening zombies became unbelievably threatening. Check the
Which-
archive.
That actually reminds me of in Shaun of the Dead. Even when they were in massive hordes, they would like stop and wait for the conversation. It would pan over to them.
They were very
like, stay
polite.
there.
Yes,
That is actually very like it reminds me of those zombie movies and shows where they'll be like having an argument with the main cast while they're running away from zombies. And it's like you just stood still to push each other for like 4 scenes. Where were the zombies you were running away from?
Well, especially like the two that were in the garden with Ed and Shaun. Like, it took them forever to cross from the window to where they're at in the middle of the yard. They were like taking baby steps the entire time. They literally went into the house and came back. Like and they hadn't moved. So yeah,
They were very polite zombies.
they were very polite.
But then
We
the
don't
one
say
chick
the
is
Z word.
we don't say the Z word. Actually, that is something I kind of found interesting. Is in a lot of the media consumed, whenever it's like British or even sometimes French, they like to say Z instead of zombie,
That's
like
how they pronounce
all the
Z.
time. I know that. I just don't know why. Like we don't say Z over here though. We don't call them Z's. We say zombie.
Yeah, because we're racist.
It's we're racist.
Well, they say the letter instead of saying Z, they say Z. XYZ. Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't call zombies Z's. They don't say zombie and they say the thing. And I guess
Well,
I mean,
it's not nice.
they did say both in the movie, but and that's how
Yeah,
they got
but,
away
I mean,
with it
like,
in
they were
Walking
specifically
Dead.
not supposed to call them that.
Sure.
They made a very big deal of like that. We don't say that.
Yeah.
That's why they got. That's how they got around in Walking Dead. They called them walkers instead of calling them zombies.
well, it's because like those zombies like not exist in The Walking Dead.
Well, they
Well,
That's
they're
what
walkers.
they are.
They're not zombies.
No, I meant like they don't have like a like maybe I'm schizo. I imagined this, but I'm pretty sure it's like an established lore point that in The Walking Dead they like don't have zombie apocalypse movies or whatever.
No, because zombies are. I'm not gonna say zombies are registered or anything like because obviously everybody can use the word zombie. Trademark. Thank you. But I think they were just. I think Kirkman was just trying to find something different so that he could get paid. So like if you say Walker, you know it's from either Walker Texas Ranger, thank you, or from The Walking Dead. So like if you use the term Walker, he'll get paid for that.
Mm-hmm.
So when after Shaun and Ed kill the zombies in the backyard, right in the garden, they come back inside and they're sitting down. Ed's little ice cream thing has not melted yet.
I'm sure he put that in the freezer.
and then the zombie, when it comes in the front door, because they're like, make sure all your doors and windows are locked or whatever, the look on Shaun's face when it comes around the corner, he's like,
I love that.
It's missing arm! Like
that
regularly
Shaun
screws
was
that
the
at people.
one. Nice. Shaun was the one that was leaving the door open all the time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm not saying it was me. I'm not saying it was you. I'm saying it was Ed.
Yeah.
But even when he says that, he has the face of like, oh, right.
Yeah. It was definitely.
But how could it be Ed? Ed never leaves ever.
Exactly. Well, they go to the Winchester.
True.
When you mentioned the like talking about making sure everything was closed up, I find myself I do this a lot when I'm watching movies because I have brain rot from consuming like TikTok and garbage. But every time I hear like words, my mind will be sent to like memes, right? And in that scene, I was watching a zombie movie, and he says, "Ensure all residences," and I was like, "The residences are evil," and I forgot that I thought that, but I like scribbled it down. And when I was reading through my notes like 5 seconds ago, I saw residents are evil, and I'm like, I'm not.
Nice, very nice.
Uh,
So I got written down that Shaun is the worst boyfriend.
yes, I wrote that down
Arguably.
too.
He's
Well,
a
wait,
terrible boyfriend.
the worst boyfriend to Liz or the worst boyfriend to Ed?
To Liz.
Yeah, he actually
He's not-
treats Ed very nice.
Yeah,
Ed
that's
is
what he probably should.
unbelievably lucky.
So when they call his mom and they're like, "Oh, like, are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh, well, there were some guys outside that got a little bit bitey." And he's like, "Are you hurt, Mom?" And she's like, "No, I'm fine. But they did bite Phil." And he's like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
And Ed's like, "Oh, did she get bit?" And she's like, "No, it's just Phil." He's like, "Oh, thank God." And they've all, like,
Actually, that was the first thing I wrote down in a different section of my notes. So obviously this movie's got a bunch of like sad tones and also moments, right? Even though like you're gonna laugh and then they'll say something and you go like, because it's like actually sad.
it's a pretty
That was
deep
the
movie.
first. Yeah, that was the first time in the movie, I think, or at least that I wrote down, where like whenever she says they got bitey, Shaun makes a face away from the phone that was like actually distraught, and I was like, all right, I think that's the first sad note of the movie, that he thinks that his mom gets bit.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not true. He gets broken up with before that.
Well,
And he's
I
pretty
meant sad note that's like not really played off for the laughs because I mean they're having. So does he stand outside until it starts raining after the breakup, or does it immediately crack in the rain when he gets broken up with?
I immediately starts
immediately
raining
starts
as
raining.
soon as he turns around.
Okay, I thought that was, and the lighting changes and stuff. I thought that was pretty hilarious. He has on-demand mood lighting in rain.
When they are leaving the bar after they get broken up and they're doing the white lines and they're like dibba 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 da, and then the zombie comes around and he's like, "Oh," and then they're like, and then they do it again and they're like, "Why didn't he say like bass or like whatever?" And then they're like, "Twat" or whatever, and they walk away. That's always been a funny part of the movie because like they still don't get it. Like they think the two people are making out behind the door until that
Yeah.
I love that.
the dude's head just like falls back.
At that point in time, they've been at the Winchester for hours, and
For hours.
I'm assuming for hours because
Yeah.
it shut down. And Shaun saw those two when he came in, and they come out, and then they're still there making out. Like, that's a lot of making out for hours. Like,
Well, he wasn't paying attention.
I mean, yeah, sure. But no, when the head fell off, I thought that was hilarious.
So they take Pete's car to go to Barbara's house to get Barbara and Phil, and then when he's like, "I'm just gonna stay out here, and if there's any problems, and he honks. He's like, "I'll just honk 3 times." Then he proceeds to cream the car, and if you listen in the background when Shaun's in the house, you can hear the of the car alarm going off.
Yeah.
And then he comes outside and Shaun's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Oh, I creamed it." And he's like, "You were parked."
Yeah.
But also, like,
Guess we'll have to take the Jag.
Jaguars aren't even really that great of cars. Like, I don't understand his necessity.
To British people, they are.
Oh,
To
okay.
British people, they are like the Ferraris and the
But
Corvettes.
in that case, quit hitting fucking zombies with it, man. Like,
Well, are you gonna? If you swerve a car back and forth too many times, you'll flip it or something.
Yeah, but they had a lot of people in the
they
way
were
down.
swerving to hit the zombies.
True. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Because like
that's Ed though. Like Ed's whole
He is a piece of
character is
shit.
that he doesn't give a shit.
Ed is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have written down that Ed is a selfish friend.
Like when
Yeah.
when Philip dies, and Shaun's like, "Pull the car over," and he's like, 2 seconds. So he hits another zombie, and then he's like, "Pull the fucking car over," Like he just like doesn't care, and he's like, "Kids,"
He's
like
pissed off. Like, what? Fine, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he like
Ed?
yells at him, and he has that look of I'm like a kid being yelled at right now, and I
Yeah.
don't like that. Yeah, I for some reason that scene has always stuck in my brain because it is a moment where they find like Shaun has finally essentially stood up to Ed because he's only ever let Ed get away with everything
Yeah.
Mm.
and defended
And it's
him.
a
And
turning point. Yeah.
yeah, and see, and Ed doesn't like that his friend isn't backing him up.
But also in that point, we get Shaun realizing that, Philip was actually trying to be as best of a dad as he could to him. And it's actually kind of a sad scene when he dies.
Yeah, that was also written in the sad card.
But then when he comes back and his mom keeps trying to get him out of the car, and he's like, "There's nothing left of the man that you loved in that car." And then he cuts off the music, and then it's like, "Well, time to go."
But no, what really got me to go along with foreshadowing definitely. But to go along with Ed kind of either being pissed off at Shaun or just Ed being a terrible friend, like when Philip turns and everybody gets out of the car because Ed or Philip had the child locks on, they're trying to get Ed to open up the door, and Ed's just standing there.
Oh yeah, and then Liz comes out and goes like, "Ed," and
like,
what
are you doing?
Was it Liz?
Yeah, it was Liz.
Yeah.
Liz is the one that goes and opens up the door. It's like, why did Ed just stand there and watch?
But also, why did everybody leave their weapons in the car?
They were panicking. I don't
know. Then we get the scene where like he's like, "What? You've never heard of a shortcut before?" And then he goes to jump the fence, and it falls over on him. Which they
always confuse in Hot Fuzz. I always think that's the one where he hops it a bunch of times, and then Ed runs through and like breaks it. But
but the zombie attacks him, right? And Ed and David are just sitting there watching, like whatever. And the girls are the ones that come to his rescue. And at that point in time, you realize that Ed really is just the biggest piece of a shit of a friend.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's obvious why David didn't do anything.
Because David's a piece of shit. He's a twat.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He's a pacifist, yeah.
Yeah, pacifist right across his face.
That's my joke.
I know. Thanks, Simon. But then you get the scene where they're out in front of the bar, in front of the Winchester, and like Shaun is trying to explain to them that there's a door around back that they could go through. And of course, David, well, first he has to yell at Ed because Ed's being an absolute fucking idiot. But then David's like, "Oh, well, why don't we just break through this window and get in?" And Shaun's trying to explain it to him. And then he's like, "Oh, I was just trying to, take control of the situation because obviously nobody else was, going to." But Shaun runs away, right, to lure away the zombies. Have you guys seen the cutout scenes that they did in comic book form in the special features of the movie?
Probably a long time ago.
Okay, so the first one of those that you get, which it does, like you have to watch them after the movie, but it goes back and it talks about what Shaun did when he was just, like running away from them. And it's basically like, the zombies are really slow, so like I had to keep stopping every like 50 paces or so to let them catch up. He's like, and then when I circled around, lost him, and ran back to the pub. And then we get him coming back in, He goes back to turn on the lights so they can watch TV. And when he flips the one light and it shows outside and all the zombies are outside, and he just slowly pulls the blind down over the window, like that's going to change anything. I love shit like that.
Mm-hmm. It's great. It's great. I love it.
I mean, they do a lot of that. They do a lot of like, they open the curtain, there's zombies there, so then they just close the curtain again and go sit down.
Yeah.
It's a very British thing to do.
But at
least just like ignore the thing that's happening by closing a curtain.
But Shaun recognized that there was a problem. Like he's like, okay, they came back. We've got to fix this. Now, obviously, things went like south quicker than expected. So fixing that problem became like number 8 on the list. But yeah.
And then the second scene that it shows for that was when David gets pulled out the window after he tries to shoot Shaun, but he's out of bullets. And then he's like, "Oh well, I guess I should go." And then he starts pulling things away from the window and like just throw it. Like he gets pulled out by the zombies, the Zeds, and just gets ripped apart. And Diane gets one of his legs and like runs out there.
Yeah.
So the second
didn't mark her as dead because we didn't
die.
see her die.
No, she doesn't die because in the second scene that you get for the things that they show in the comic book form, she fights her way through the zombie horde with the leg and realizes that she can't get anywhere with it. So she climbs up a tree and falls asleep, wakes up, and when she wakes up, all the zombies are gone, but she doesn't know that because she just thinks they're around there somewhere. So she stays up in the tree, surviving off of his leg for like
for what, 2 days? Or 3 days?
2 or 3 days or something like that. And then she crawls back down and realizes that everything's going, and then she just goes about her merry way.
Yeah.
She's very method. She's a method actor.
Method actress. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, you know, the bar fight happens, like where, you know, they light the bar on fire. They, you know, they're fighting the zombies. Ed gets bit. They get down in the basement and they're talking about, you know, killing themselves. Like a little bit of a reference to what is it, the fog, the mist, whichever one of those it is.
Mist.
Okay. And he's like, well, I've only got, you know, 2 bullets left. And Ed's like, it's okay. I'm fine with being eaten alive. And then they get into their lovey-dovey shit. And as soon as they start saying like all the sweet shit, he's like, that's it. I would actually like to be shot.
Yeah. Good times. Good times.
Oh, and they do explain how they found Ed in the last of the little plot holes thing Dad was talking about. Ed hides himself underneath the stairs. The zombies eventually leave. The military clears it out. The military missed him. So Shaun came back around like way later to the burnt husk of the Winchester to find out where Ed went, and Ed was underneath the stairs. And he took him home. He snuck him home to the shed.
Yeah.
But really,
so the government doesn't know Ed's there.
But the sneak him home obviously doesn't know. I mean, he's hiding in the shed. But the thing is, though, like when we get to the end of the movie, the zombies are part of the civilization now. Like they've got TV shows with zombies. They've got
True.
like
those are all ones that have been controlled.
Okay.
Or that have been taken care of. Like he snuck Ed out, and he says, and I've trained him over the past, you know, X amount of to where he rarely ever wants to try to bite me or anything.
Ed mentions in the plot hole thing, it's from Ed's perspective, and he mentions that he doesn't feel the urge to bite Shaun anymore, which does make me wonder, like, did they just do the voiceover as like a meme, or is this like, do the zombies actually keep thinking at least relatively? I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, but they were really well done plot hole like pieces, and it did make the story a lot more fun, a
little more complete
after you've seen it. Yeah,
gotcha. Interesting. Okay.
I've owned this movie for so long. I don't think I ever watched the special features on it.
What?
Yeah.
This was my first time.
I've seen it.
That's why Joey is so hard on physical media, because when you do digital, you don't get access to those anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do. It just depends on how you buy it. Like sometimes Amazon Prime will have the special features on there.
Look, all I'm going to say is the worst thing that they ever did. So the VHS of Shrek has the Shrek sing-along thing right at the end of it. The DVD, you have to go into a separate area to watch the end part.
Credits,
you know, like and then on streaming services, you don't even have the option to see them.
I think that the biggest thing we lost going into the digital age was nowadays you wake up after you fell asleep watching a movie, and Netflix is like, watch one of these crappy TV shows where all the main characters are terrible people. But back in the day, you'd wake up after watching a movie because it would take you back to the title screen, which was like poorly, like the audio of the movie compared to the audio of like the title screen was always like 1,000 decibels. So you would wake up because they would switch back to the title screen and start blaring whatever crappy music they put over it on a 7-second loop.
And it was such a bad loop. Like the abrupt cutoff and then the abrupt restart was god awful.
True. Very true.
I miss those days.
I love it.
It's not like back when you had VHSs where it would just end the VHS and then you'd have the fuzzy screen on.
Yeah,
Which
Sorry,
or
winding
blue.
on itself.
well, it was okay. So we used to have fuzzy screens on all of our TVs, and then Jess and I watched The Ring, and she went through and changed all of the TVs to the blue screen when it was empty.
That
Because of
I
the
thought
ring.
blue was normal. I grew up with blue. I was like, "We need fuzzy screen. It's blue."
That's fair. That's smart. Good call.
But it was so funny because she was so terrified after we watched that movie. Like we had to go home and watch 2 different Disney movies for her to calm back down after we watched that.
She doesn't like sleep in the same room as mirrors either. She's not. She's an easily, spooked person.
Yeah, her rotten first husband. His kids had this blow up Spider-Man, and he would randomly leave it behind curtains or at the edges of doorways or at the top of stairs.
Yeah.
Do you remember the people across the street from us? How they had like a cutout of like someone in their window, right? That used to
Yeah.
scare me when I was young. Every time I looked out like to the front road, it looked like someone was looking at me from their house.
Yeah, good times.
My when I lived in the apartment with my best friend Beck, we had a cutout standee of professional wrestler CM Punk that we would hide and he like had his hand up like this or something like that, and we would hide it like it was leaning, looking through windows and stuff. I would always hide it in the shower. Like I would tape it to the wall so it wouldn't get sprayed on. And I'd put it in the when she'd go to get in the shower, and I'd just hear this blood curdling scream from the bathroom, followed by a "fuck you, bear!" Like just back up.
That's the worst because I always pull back the shower curtains before I use the bathroom, so I wouldn't have to be getting into the shower for that to get me.
I just leave my shower curtain open, so
Yeah, fair enough. I don't even have one now.
Well, that's mostly because the cats used to get in there to drink out of the bathtub, like after the water would be after you get out of the shower. And so if I left the curtain open, they wouldn't attack my fucking curtain to get in there.
Now Eston gets in there just to sit in it so that she can be wet in your lap later.
Yeah, because Eston's brain dead.
Anyways, Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything else? I've got my notes.
So when he's getting the flowers for his mom, and the cards, there's 2 cards, and there's one that says "To a wonderful mom" or "Pow, super mom," and then he's like, "Yeah, the first one," and then he gives the cards to Liz, and she's like, "To a wonderful mom," and he's like, "Oh well, you remember because you never met my mom, and I thought it'd be funny," and then she's like, "These are for your mom, aren't they?"
Yeah, that's when I wrote down that he was a bad boyfriend.
Yeah, and then so
I wrote it specifically. He said it because it was a joke because she said that I'm not your mom the night before when she was like, like trying to break up with him and stuff. Well, I wrote down that he's wanting to be a better partner.
But then he throws them away outside of the pub, and then when David empties out the trash can, his mom finds the flowers, and she's like, "Oh, I'm pretty sure these are from Shaun." Like
she said, "I think these are for me." Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
I wrote down that Shaun. I wrote down that Shaun was a bad boyfriend. Well, I'd actually written down that in movies in general, I feel like they always have to be like, all right, now make the main character make the objectively worst decision for their relationship. Like, why? What was even the point in Shaun going, "Yeah, I got your message," when he didn't get her message?
Because he was not paying attention to what she was saying because he's a bad boyfriend, and he was trying to impress the 12-year-olds that he worked with to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a real."
Well, it's not impressive. He was trying to
17
to say
17. He was 17.
He was trying to prove that he doesn't take personal calls.
Oh yeah.
His stepdad, had just came in, and he
first off, he's
talking
not my
to
dad.
Neil.
He's my stepdad.
Yeah,
and second off, it was an emergency.
Yeah, it wasn't a personal time. And then Liz was on the phone, and so he wasn't paying attention. He was like, "Yeah, this is Liz from corporate or whatever."
But he could have been paying attention to what she said.
Could have. He wasn't.
But he wasn't because he was trying to impress little kids.
Yeah.
17-year-old giants, actually.
Yeah. my only other note is, can I get any of you cunts a drink? And I say that all the time.
On that note, my only other note is I made a little tally list on the margins of this that are 8, what I've written down. I didn't actually write down what they were, but I put a tally every time there was a quote that I hear Dad say or have heard him say my entire childhood. 8 lines from this movie I've heard repeated, and I did note at the bottom because I thought you guys watched Super Troopers recently. I wrote
We
down
did.
that I would have written 5 times as many tally marks if this was Super Troopers.
That tracks.
That's an accurate assessment. Yeah. Chuck, you got any more notes, bud?
No, that's it for me.
All righty.
Joey, what
List
was
of my
our
score.
kill count?
So I've got a kill count of 50, and I have it broken down between 30 people that we saw die, and then 20 of them that got turned into zombies. So like it's 50 deaths. So
30
20
were
got
people and 20 were zombies.
so well 20 got turned. 20 of those 50 were turned into zombies, and then they died.
And then killed? Okay, yeah.
Gotcha.
So did you count their turn? Oh, wait, that would be their death. That was going to be a dumb question.
So like they and I the 20 are specific that we saw were human, that we saw them being, I mean, we had zombies throughout the whole thing, obviously.
Yeah.
But these are the 20 specific that I saw being normal, being regular.
Like in the credits or at the
throughout.
bar or
Yes. And then I saw them as zombies. So they at some point got attacked and became a zombie. And then they got killed.
Oh, can I like shoehorn in an actual extra note I didn't write down, but I just remembered it?
Sure.
So Dad talked about like at the bar, the side characters. I thought that Ed was telling the truth and that he just knew everyone at the Winchester. I didn't realize he was making up funny stories where he's just like, yeah, she's a porn star. She slept with like 1,000 guys. I thought he just knew her. I didn't know he was kidding.
Although he was right about the gun.
She actually
True.
runs a grocery store or convenience store in a quaint little town in northern northern England.
Is that part of the backstory stuff?
No,
Hot Fuzz.
when she's in Hot Fuzz, she's the lady that runs the little like the newspaper stand store thing.
Nice.
What about the limb count?
As for as for the limb count, I've got written down the guy at the phone booth when he loses his head, the wedding guy, his arm, the one that Shaun and Ed beat to death in their house, which Chuck, you had questioned about the guy in their room, in their house.
Yeah. So if you look when they're trying to like make a plan of like what they're gonna do, like we'll go get, I don't know, how's the start?
We'll grab
Liz, Phil, get Liz, and go to the
Winchester.
Yeah. If you look behind them, there is a body laying there, but it has like a green hoodie on.
So I looked at that scene again because I noticed that too when I watched that scene.
Yeah,
it's not. I had to go back and look at it. It's not a hoodie. I think it's a jacket that they laid over the body. So I think it's the actual this guy. I think it's the guy in the wedding outfit.
Okay,
that they just put a jacket over
because I know he had like a grayish bluish tuxedo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it looked like he had like blue jeans on with the green like coat or something. So I was a little confused, but that would make that would make sense.
I did clock it before you sent that message. So but it didn't like register. Gotcha. And then lastly is all of David's limbs because he got ripped apart. So technically, because that's 5, so that's 7 total.
That's not bad.
Because he got all of his arms and legs and his head ripped off. So
I mean, hey, at least you were able to count it this week.
Well, look.
He had a really busy day, okay?
The bug limbs were a lot of limbs. Literally every time they shot, something fell off.
That's true.
Joey is nothing if he's not a minute principal. He will count every limb lost.
I fucking did too. I started writing down. I'm like, this is too much.
Even Sarah was like, why do you guys do this? Because we are minute principal, Sarah. That's why.
Oh, man. All right. Ron, bingo?
All right. So we have dead parents because he kills Phil.
And his mom dies too. So
yeah, that's true. Comic logic, breaking fourth wall, cameo, unexplainable science, product placement, hero kills, sexual innuendos, implied nudity, and fight for control of something.
You said product placement.
Yep.
Okay. 2 bingos. Love it.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
Chuck, what do you think for the Spawn Cape continuum there?
I mean, so there's only like one CG part in this, and that is when Mary, the woman
Gets
in
the
the
whole-
garden, gets the hole in her, and like
Yeah.
she
And
lifts
looks
herself up
amazing.
off. It still looks good, but it definitely looks green screened. Like now watching it again,
Yeah.
like on my phone, I was like, oh wow, it doesn't like it's weird. It looks like they were doing the lens trick where like the pipe is actually behind her, but it looks like it's going through her, and then she like lifts up off of it, and like it looked a little silly. But that being said, this is like a 1.5 of a gajillion. Like it's still holds up today. It's perfect.
Nice. That
No
has the
notes.
same exact score as
Yeah, exactly. This and Starship Troopers both look amazing to this
Love
day.
it.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right. So Simon, you know
Mhm.
about the section that we do called Not a Muppet.
Yes,
where
I
you
do.
All right. So let's
Also, you want to turn on a
your-
light there, bud? You look a little dark.
Oh yeah, the sun is set since we started. The sun is set. So unfortunately, my bedroom doesn't. My foot's asleep. My bedroom doesn't have a light, so I have to use my closet light. It's not going to be any better.
Actually,
Why
that's
don't you
better.
just go into the closet?
What? Hey, I'm better than making a joke about that.
I mean, see, look, that's a lot better. There we go.
There
Look,
we
I
go.
can see
We
your
can see
face.
you now.
All
All
right.
right. Anyways, so
Not a
Simon, who's
Muppet.
your choice for Not a Muppet?
Oh, me first?
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be really funny to make one random zombie not a Muppet. So for the entire movie, it's a Muppet movie, and then in the background, you're just like, "What's that guy doing there?"
Which one?
Which zombie? Someone in the scene where they're all pretending to be zombies, or like he's the star of his own movie or something. Maybe he's
Okay.
pretending.
So my take for the Not a Muppet would be all the people, the regular people are people, and the zombies are Muppets. And when they get bit, they turn into Muppets.
I like that one. Not gonna lie, didn't really think about that until this moment. It's not a Muppet. I'm busy.
Oh, it's Pete. Pete's not a Muppet. I just want Pete. Yeah, Pete, because then he's just yelling and being pissed off at Muppets the whole time, who are just being assholes.
And then he's naked the whole time.
Then he
It's
gets
not a Muppet.
shot by a Muppet.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I could also see like David not being a Muppet and just
Right?
being
Because he
like,
still wouldn't be able to fight off a Muppet because he's such a little twat.
And then he also gets ripped to pieces by Muppets.
Yeah,
By a bunch
that
of
would
Muppets,
be
yeah.
one.
Hilarious. Yes.
Yeah.
And he wants to screw a Muppet the entire time.
Which is normal.
yeah, that's a normal vote for Ron. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
So yeah,
Oh.
sounds good.
All right.
All
So
out of 10, we're gonna go start with Simon there. Out of 10, what do you give this movie?
This is my favorite movie of all time. Okay, every time I've watched this movie, I have laughed out loud and at least teared up, but sometimes I start crying. Okay, I'm a sensitive man. I gave this movie a 10 out of 10. I didn't just include. Well, it's also because so one thing I was talking to Dad about when we watched this was actually the CG effects. All right. That scene, there's nothing. You don't cringe when you see it like you do for most CG effects in old movies. And the makeup was amazing. The extras, even when they reuse extras, it's funny because it's not something you go, oh look, they reuse these extras. It's something you go, ha, it's a joke of this movie.
It's
And
not
everything-
Toxic Avenger extra bad, where they're literally the same
Yeah.
people every 5 steps.
Yes, and I don't know. Every scene, there's something where you can be like, oh, this happens later. This is a reference. This is its self-contained thing, but it's not a one-off thing. And I feel like it makes just for a either perfect or almost perfect experience. And if it's an almost perfect experience, nostalgia points, 10 out of 10. I just added the
That's fair. Okay.
hell yeah.
Chuck, what you got?
Okay, is this a Shaun of the Dead movie? Yeah, this is Shaun of the Dead movie. I believe there is a comic series that was loosely based off this that they released, like an adaptation of some sort. I definitely remember.
Probably.
I definitely remember seeing like Comic Ed and Comic. It may have just even been like Free Comic Book Day or something.
Okay.
Look, this movie is a very important piece of my college life. I watched this again. I watched this when I was in a youth group, when I was in high school. I didn't watch it forever. I found it in a $5 bin in the college store, like bookstore, my freshman year. And every semester on Sundays, we would watch like the same movie for like a whole semester. It was like this. It was Step Brothers. That was kind of it. It was like those two movies for the most part. 300 was up
Really?
there too. Yeah, like we would just watch the same thing while we did homework because we just wanted something on in the background
Oh,
that like would be really like it's something we could follow and enjoy. This movie is my favorite out of all of those for the most part. At least going back and rewatching it. This is like not just the memories of like college, but even today, my best friend and I, when we say goodbye to each other, we go bye 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 bye, which is how Liz says goodbye to Shaun every time. That being said, and it's also the perfect comedy. In my opinion, this is one of the best written comedies
Absolutely.
that just happens to take place during a zombie apocalypse.
Which we know you love.
But weirdly, when I think of my top 5 movies, this never lands in my top 5. And I don't know why that is. Maybe because it is a comedy. But that being said, this was a good, like, peek behind the curtain. This was a good week for me. Because we double booked ourselves. I'm gonna say 9.94. It definitely puts it up there for me.
Yeah.
So I'm right there with you guys. I love this movie. This is definitely in my top 5 movies of all time. Absolutely clears my top 10 movies, no doubt about it. And I love watching it. I watch it all the time. Like I've watched this movie regularly since I found out about it. And it's still funny. I still find new things about it. I still find little things. But most importantly, the story is like perfect. They have such a great storyline to it. They have such great, like, even the character development in it, because most of the characters do get some sort of development, whether it's being torn apart, because you're a plot, or, figure out that, hey, you aren't the best boyfriend, or, the best friend or whatever, and it's fun. It's such a fun movie. I gave this a 9.96. Joey?
Joey's about to nuke this score from
Yeah,
for not making it into the top 5. I can already tell.
Well, look, hold on now.
Don't forget to divide by 4.
Yeah, yes. Calm down there. So, oh wow. Okay. Look, I really like this movie. This is a great comedy movie. But I haven't seen this in forever. Like it's been a long time since I watched this movie. But I still love it. Like this is, like I said before, it's the first time I've seen Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. This movie put them on the map for me. Like because of this movie, I have went and seen other movies and other projects with them in it. Like I have kind of searched out things with them in it. And I've been excited for projects with them in it. And I like their acting. I like what they do. This is the first of what Edgar Wright has called the Cornetto trilogy, or Cornetto, however the ice cream trilogy, with Hot Fuzz and The World's End. So like all 3 of the movies are as a whole fun, really good, really like them. This one obviously is the best out of the 3 of them. But this is, altogether though, this is a great movie. It really is. Is it the level of you guys is great? No, not in my eyes, but it still is a wonderful movie. Like I would have no problem putting this on again. I don't know. Like I just love watching this movie. It really is a fun movie. But that being said, though, I gave this an 8.79, so I'm not nuking it.
I would figure he was about to get revenge for every shitty Star Trek score we ever gave.
Look, but he didn't like Star Trek movies either.
Okay, so I can understand if he's judging this if I want to judge it on a scale like of its own everything, I didn't see something wrong with it. But I guess if you're comparing it to other movies, I can understand from certain perspectives thinking another movie is better and docking the score on this movie because of it. But not me. It's my favorite movie.
Well, that's fair, but that's also what we do here. So
To be specific, Joey's the only one who does that. Ron and I are just like kind of just being like, yeah, this is what the score is for this.
Yeah,
but-
oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I loved hearing his explanation though. I was like buckled in.
yeah, it's fine. So that gives us a combined score of wait for it, a 9.67.
Nice.
Ooh. Put that
Which?
number 2?
No,
Number 1.
this is our new number 1.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I was
really?
here. Historic day.
Wow. Yo, you do realize that like the top, two movies are both Halloween.
movies. Yes.
Really?
And most importantly, are not superhero comic book movies.
Correct.
Well, I think our top 5. None of our top 5 are superhero movies, are they?
Well, you guys haven't gotten to the modern day yet, to where movies got a little better, have you?
That's not going to matter. That's
Not
It's not.
really. We stopped with a lot of the DC and Marvel. We're gonna get back to them eventually, but like we stopped in like mid 2000s.
Oh,
2005, I think, is where we stopped.
I think 2005 for DC and like early 2000s for Marvel. So like
Yeah,
we're
well, that
We'll
means
get
you
back
guys
into them
didn't
soon.
get. You guys went through like the 1970s like Hulk movie,
oh yeah.
and you like started getting further and further, and then you stopped in
Because-
2005
Because we wanted to catch up on. We had a long list of
Oh,
other stuff. We wanted to catch up and get all of them in the same era. So once everything gets into the 2000s, we're getting everything back together.
Yeah, because what had happened was the DC and Marvel didn't have a lot of movies between like 1979 and like 2000.
Yeah.
But on the other side of things, like for all the other comic-based movies,
There was a shit ton.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. So we were trying to catch those up. So it wasn't like we're watching a movie from 2006 and then watching a movie from 1981.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a fun little like going back in time, but it was also a big whiplash to having like a decent movie and then a really terrible movie.
It
I
also
remember
makes
8 terrible movies.
It was
And then
it was objectively affecting our scores, so we needed
That's
to
what I was
kinda,
gonna say.
catch
It was
up
also
some-
affecting our mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't look fair to put like a modern DC movie against like a 1980 movie about freaking. I can't even think. I watched a lot of these movies with Dad, and I was sitting there dogging on them with him because of the most horrific thing. Like I don't even like modern DC and Marvel, but
Conan the Barbarian would still get a better score than most of the DC movies that came out between 2002 and 2022. So
sorry, Joey.
Maybe if Snyder did Conan, Joey would feel a little better about it, but
Oh, is he a Snyder fan?
have you seen his
I
arm?
did not know that.
Yeah, so no, I knew that, but I just didn't know it was like a striking, like, we'll change your score on things kind of Snyder fan, you know?
Well, no, it's not. Like I will be judgmental when we get to
okay.
the Snyder movies. I will be judgmental.
I'm going to be judgmental too because we have to sit through a 3-hour fucking Superman versus Batman bullshit.
Oh yeah, 3 hour. Yes.
Is it actually 3 hours long? I still haven't seen that.
You don't need to.
The ultimate cut is 3 hours, and that's the one we will
All right.
watch.
Hey, Dad, tell me when you're watching it, and I'll show up and sit through the 3 hours with you. That way, I can keep him honest so he doesn't walk away to do his laundry.
Simon, don't do that. It will affect his score, and he'll score higher because he had fun with it. Don't do that.
All right. So,
Well, hey, Simon.
that being said,
What?
Simon, thank you very much for coming on here. It was
Yeah,
fun.
it was fun.
Yeah, if you want people to find you on the internet, where would they find you? Give us
I do not.
give us your iFunny account.
Absolutely not. Listen, if you find me on the internet, comment my full name, first and last name, underneath any of my replies, and I will ignore you, probably. I won't block you, though, so you're still welcome to send me death threats.
Right. Okay.
All right, Chuck, where can they find you?
Hey, you know where you can find me at the end of the month, the first Sunday, or I'm sorry, the last Sunday of every month. You can find me and Joey doing a little show we like to call Getting Franchised, the latest and greatest in movie franchises, where we are reviewing Suspiria.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're reviewing Suspiria.
First try.
Go check the archives because we just did House on Haunted Hill, and that was great. And then go listen to Suspiria and understand why Joey
never
almost
even
quit his own
heard of
show.
Suspiria, so
Suspiria.
I knew about the original one, and I knew about the remake, but I knew the original one was. You know what? Just go ahead and listen to the review.
I absolutely plan on listening.
It is arguably, apparently, one of the greatest horror movies ever made. It's an Italian horror movie. Joey and I have an argument against that.
Yeah,
specifically. Yeah.
And Joey's Italian, so
that's very true. It is one of the only times where I had to actually read the entire synopsis to Joey because neither of us understood what was going on in the movie.
Yep.
And both of them. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, except for at least the remake. I could figure out.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Outside of that, hey, you know where you can find me? You can find me on Instagram, kicked out of the hobby for all of my hobby-related things. Where, hey, at time of release, you could probably check out this sweet-ass diorama board that I've been building. That I glued very expensive metal to very cheap XPF foam. And now it's never going to come off. And I love that for me. And I'll have this all painted up by the time this episode drops because it's for a game where you bring your own board to build the table that you play on.
Ooh,
that's badass.
That's awesome.
Necrolopolis. It's very hard to say. But yeah, this is my board. It's Necrolopolis.
Okay.
But this is my board, and I'm really proud of it because I don't get to do diorama stuff very often. So here it is, and I'm pretty hyped about it.
That's really cool.
Ronald, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Good at This Game. You can find my art on Instagram at Good Art This Game, and also on our t-shirts on TeePublic. Joey, where can they find you at?
You guys can find the show on social media at Comic Book Rundown. Email comicbookrundown@gmail.com. Rate and review us on your podcast you have a choice. If you do, we'll read an upcoming episode. Merch on TeePublic, like Ron said. Getting Franchised the last Sunday, like Chuck said. Comic Book Rundown the last Saturday, like I just said. Also, I'm doing a show called, I think I'm calling it Kamen Rider Rundown.
You should just call it Kamen Rundown.
Common Rundown?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Writer review?
The Writer Review. The Kamen Rider Review.
Kamen Rider Review. I don't know.
It's a working title, a working progress.
Working title.
I feel like it's hard to not have Rundown in it, don't you think?
But Getting Franchise doesn't have that in there.
That's my show.
Honestly,
that's my show.
Yeah, true.
That is true. But Rundown, Rundown's kind of my thing.
You know what you call it? Getting Rider.
Getting Rider, do not.
That's gonna sound like you're watching a different kind of movie.
Anyway, I'm covering the Kamen Rider series, that new series that just started. That's
Joey
a weekly
doesn't have
thing.
enough going on his plate, but you and I finished Twisted Metal, and you had some free time.
So what happened?
Well, you guys are playing Twisted Metal?
Yeah, Twisted Metal TV show.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, TV show.
Yeah.
I didn't know they made a TV show. I've only ever heard of the games.
2 seasons, buddy. Over on Peacock. Go watch it.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Watch
You should listen to our review.
Yeah, go listen.
Okay, I'll listen to the review. I'll listen to the review.
It's
Walk through the Multiverse.
Okay.
So you'll have to go to the Geek Ultimate Alliance and then look for the episodes of Walk Through the Multiverse, because you can't just search for Walk Through the Multiverse because they're all on one network. But
Dad, can you text this to me? I'm not going to retain any of it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Thanks for the plug. Then our song was done by Cam. So that being said, because this is still October, and I wanted to kind of do some Halloween-themed stuff. Our next movie we're watching is Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight.
Oh,
from 1995.
we get to see Billy Zane again.
Is Billy Zane
I
in that one?
thought we
he was in
were
the other
going to
one.
get Bordello of Blood. We're not going to get Bordello of Blood?
Well, this one technically came out first.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Demon Knight's the one that he's in.
Is there boobs?
I don't know. We'll find out.
How do you not know that? You've seen this before.
I've never seen it. I just know he's in it.
That's why I love Bordello of Blood. There's some top-notch boobies in those.
Now, are they top-notch boobs or are they rock-hard 90s tits?
Both.
Give it a couple weeks, then we'll get Bordello blood. So
Hell yeah. That means no, one second. Hold on. There was something from last week that we have to also discuss this week. Look, I scored Sergeant Troopers very high, so therefore Joey does get a strike cleared. However, Joey does not get a strike cleared this week because this was a Ron pick, not a Joey pick. So Joey didn't make me watch this. Ron made me watch this. So you only have one strike cleared. We didn't talk about it last week, but we had to talk about it this week.
So I went from a 0.25 to 0?
No, you're at a negative 0.75.
No. You were at a You were at a 2.25 originally. Yes, you were.
No.
Yes, you were. I went back and I double checked. You were at a 2.25, and I cleared you down to a 1.25.
Should I help you guys gaslight him, or should I just continue watching?
Well, the problem is, he heard the episode a month back where it was actually 2.25 or 2.75 or whatever the heck it was.
Well, we've lost.
And then the very next episode, he misspoke and said a 1.25.
Oh,
and I'm like, yep, that's what it is. 1.25 definitely is that.
So now we're at a negative 0.75. So
yeah,
we're doing good.
Then your dad tried to say that it was only at 2.5 last week or the week before. So
you got you're at a 1.25. That's where you're at.
I'll take it.
So you better hope I like this movie, Joey.
I never seen the movie. I have no idea.
You better hope there's so many rock hard 90s tits in this man, or you are.
All right. Hey, you know what would be a great movie to watch for Halloween? Chuck, what do you think would be a great movie to watch for Halloween?
Yeah, maybe next year.
Or Raggy, I think Scooby-Doo.